everybody. Welcome to the first ever Open Display Ambassador live training event.
Woo!
We're excited. We're coming to you from San Jose, California, the capital of Silicon Valley, San Francisco Bay Area. So we're excited, we're pumped, our whole team is here. In a few minutes, our CEO and founder, Matthew Olivieri, will be coming out here to tell you more about strategy, what the program's about, and how you can earn extra money. So we're all pumped. We're also gonna be giving you a really big surprise. But before we do all that, if you haven't already, please go to opendisplay.com and sign up for a free account. That will be really helpful because we're gonna be doing a walkthrough, and so that will make it very effective for you to know what we are talking about. So on to our big surprise. We've been working on a new video, and we'll be sharing it with you now for the first time. So you will be the first people to ever watch this video. Please direct your attention to the TV screen.
I am Matthew Olivieri, founder and CEO of AdSemble. While still in college, I had an opportunity to travel internationally, observed these digital signs and screens, and just really started to ask the question, how could one person gain access to displaying an advertisement message across all of them with ease and simplicity? Right then and there, I saw a vision for a site, point and click, easy access.
We actually learned a lot from working with AdSemble on how to program our own digital board, what is effective on a board like that. The efficiency of working with them cuts down on multiple conversations, it frees up time. AdSemble does a great job of negotiating on your behalf. You don't have to work with each individual vendor yourself, negotiate price, negotiate location. They take care of that all for you. And a few times we put the creative out, and when we saw it in action, we thought, hey, you know what, it's not as good as we think it is, and we changed it quickly, which is the beauty of digital. You can, re-upload a new piece of creative, and they can have it up there running.
With traditional billboard advertising, the commitment and the cost were very prohibitive. With AdSemble, it was perfect. There was a lot more visibility. I actually had people comment saying, I saw your billboard on the highway.
Dan Chan knows very well where his audience comes from for his dinner shows, for his events. And so when he came to us, he specifically said, I want to be on these billboards on the East Bay, targeting these groups. That's a perfect example of a small business utilizing the same exact approach as a major professional sports team.
Originally, we had salespeople who were going out and speaking to clients. Now, anyone, anywhere can actually go on the website and book an advertisement. And then we also have a program for marketing agencies that can also sell billboards to their clients. And we have an Open Display Ambassadors program where anyone, anywhere can sell a billboard.
Over the last few years, the timing has really become right for the business to have two clearly defined divisions. An enterprise side that really focuses on the white glove service. Separately from that, there are thousands of small businesses that have anywhere between $500 to $1,000 to spend on a credit card, and they're looking to maybe just book a single billboard in their own backyard for a week. The ability to log onto the platform, zero in on geographic targeted areas that are important to you, and then punch in your budget number and see exactly how many impressions that's going to translate to, and also see the billboards it's going to appear on, is a big deal for anybody. So if you're looking to make a massive impact, whether you have $500 to spend or $5 million to spend, AdSemble is the service for you.
All right. Good morning, everybody. Thank you so much. That is our grand reveal of our first major shoot of our video here. We're so excited to bring that to you this morning, and so thankful for this opportunity to speak with you today for our first ever live event. So the format for today is going to be pretty cool. We're going to go over three main topics. We're going to touch upon the history of the company. My name is Matthew Olivieri, by the way. I'm a little bit furrier than I was in the video shoot. I'm the founder and CEO of AdSemble, and we're going to go over three topics today. We're going to go over the history of the company, give you some context, give you some background about what Open Display is all about, how it came to fruition. We're going to actually take you inside the Open Display application, so really kind of dive deep into there and show you exactly how that's going to work for you. And last but not least, I'm going to personally kind of reveal some tips, some strategies, some things that you can do to help you get going right out of the gate and start having success, because the end game goal for us is that you can develop this into a major source of revenue and income for yourself, the perfect side gig to complement anything else that you might be dabbling in, such as Uber, DoorDash, anything like that. We want our ambassador program to rank right alongside those other programs. Actually, my personal hope is that it surpasses your earnings from those other programs. So to jump right into the, and along the way, we have team members standing by who can answer all of your questions through the Facebook comments or Instagram comments. So if you have any questions about anything that we're talking about here today, feel free to just write that on the comment board there, and an AdSemble team member will promptly reply. We also are going to be receiving some of these questions are going to be being fed to me from our team here in the production booth. And so some of these questions actually I might answer right here live. So kind of one of the fun things about being live. Okay, so jumping right into it, the history of AdSemble. The history of AdSemble, as the video showed, really began as a just a curiosity that I had when I'd done some travel overseas and seen digital signs and screens, and I was really fascinated and really curious how one particular brand, let's say McDonald's, could put two cheeseburgers for 99 cents across all of these different signs and screens. And that's when I discovered that they were all separately owned and operated networks, and you'd have to make individual phone calls to all of those people to pull that off. It just seemed like a very inefficient process. So the first thing that we wanted to do was bring that experience onto the internet and make it much more accessible to the masses and more streamlined. And that was really kind of the crux of the business idea, the business plan, was solving the big problem of accessibility and ease of use and access for people to be able to do this. And so what derived out of that was what started as a curiosity and just trying to figure something out turned into this very long journey that we've been on now for over 10 years, in fact, to come to this day where we now have a product called Open Display, which does exactly what the original vision for the company was. Anybody anywhere can log online and book for themselves a billboard advertisement. If you really just pause and think about that, it's pretty kind of crazy to think about. I mean, many years ago, you would have had to go through very long routes of communication and contracts and everything else to even have an opportunity to put a billboard up on a highway. Not to mention the fact that in the older days, the only form of billboard was the traditional paper kind. And that involved printing, that involved production costs, and that involves literally sending a team out on a crane to put up your billboard. Okay, now when you factor in all of that time and all of those costs, you are easily going to be in the tens of thousands of dollars in costs. Not very many small businesses have tens of thousands of dollars to put a billboard up under those terms. So with the beauty of digital billboards, you can literally make your message on your computer using a JPEG image, which most people know how to do, or they have access to someone that can do that very quickly for them. And with a few clicks of the mouse, you can use Open Display to push that message onto a billboard seen by hundreds of thousands of people every single day. The technology behind what we've developed is revolutionary. And we are so excited to have you viewing this webinar today, because we need help getting the word out to the masses that this is now an accessible thing, okay? And so the ambassador program, what you guys will be doing is helping to just tell people, starting maybe with friends and family, but even going deeper than that, you know, neighbors, colleagues, places you personally visit, you know, your dentist, a lawyer, a doctor, anyone who's already investing in advertising should be made aware that they can now do a billboard ad with as much ease and simplicity as they're doing any other type of advertising. And also, we've been able to drive the cost to do this all the way down to as low as $500 per week. If you can believe that, $500 per week, you can have an ad on a billboard, and you don't have to send out a crew with a crane and waste paper and ink. It's just awesome. It's really, really cool. So we're so excited today to share that with you. But back to quickly on the history of the company, it took us a long time to develop this product because, frankly speaking, the world probably wasn't really ready for it back in 2008. We had just suffered a really big economic crash in the economy, and there really wasn't an abundance of these digital displays out back in 2008. Fast forward to 2018, we have over 78 digital billboards in just the San Francisco Bay Area alone. We have over 100 billboards in the greater Chicagoland area and in other markets around the country, Boston, Texas, New York, you name it, Los Angeles. These things are now proliferating the night sky, which is fantastic for you because as an ambassador, you're gonna have lots of inventory options to tell people about. And the people that you help sign up for their open display dashboard are gonna also have a lot of options to choose from when they launch their campaign. Okay, so 2018, it is the right time, it is the right place to really have this be successful, and your efforts in getting the word out is just gonna help everybody to become more knowledgeable about this process. Okay, so if there's any questions on the history of the company or anything I just shared there, again, please feel free to type those out on either Facebook or Instagram, wherever you're watching from, and our team members will be responding to those questions. Okay, moving on to the actual open display dashboard. So hopefully, if you have not yet already done so, you've gone to www.opendisplay.com and you've signed up for a free account, okay? And I'm gonna direct your attention to the TV screen over here now. When you go to opendisplay.com, you're gonna see a homepage that looks like this. It's got that great, beautiful shot of Times Square. For anyone who's never yet been to Times Square, it's the mecca of digital billboards. I really hope you can get there one day. It's an amazing experience just to see all of this. But this homepage right here is where you are going to be directing people that you come in contact with to go sign up for their account. Okay? And so as an ambassador, we're going to give each of you a promo code. How our accounting team and how our whole company will be able to track all the people you sign up is everybody you direct to this website who signs up is going to put your promo code in, and that's how we're going to know when they came back and did a campaign. And every time that they do a campaign, you are going to receive 20% commission on every single deal for the 12 months that they sign up. So if you were to sign up somebody today, let's say you call a relative who's a lawyer, and that lawyer is spending a lot of money on advertising on TV, radio. Let's say you call them and say, hey, so-and-so, I just learned about Open Display. I want you to try it out. It's going to be great for you. So they sign up today, July 18th, and they put your promo code in. If they come back and do a campaign, one campaign every month for the next 12 months, you're going to receive 20% commission every single time they do that, because it'll be coded in our system that campaign, all of those campaigns came from your efforts. So think about that. You can teach someone one time how to do this and then go about your business. And for the next 12 months, if that person keeps coming back to the platform and using the platform, you're going to continue to get paid, right? So if you think of other side gigs that are out there, including, the Ubers and the DoorDashes, you are only making a commission for doing the act one time right there in the moment. But with the Open Display Ambassador program, you're making a commission residually every single time for the next 12 months after you've taught someone one time. So it's a pretty cool idea. If you can get out there and teach a lot of people quickly, you can have, who knows, at any number of moments, someone could come back and do a campaign and you just made money on that, and that could happen many times over. We hope, and that's our goal, is to help make that happen for you. So when you go to the Open Display homepage, the first thing you're going to want to do is tell someone to go ahead and click the sign up button. It's going to prompt them to put their company name in. If they don't have a company name, they can just use their full name. That's fine. No problems there. Now, we've already created an account, So what it's going to show after this is it's just going to show you to your full name and an email and a password. Pretty straightforward. But since we're for the demo here for the Facebook Live event, we've already have an account created, so we're going to go ahead and click sign in. Okay. And we'll sign in with our pre-set up name and password here. Okay, perfect. So once you're logged in, this is as simple as the dashboard is to launch your very own billboard ad or to teach someone how to launch their very own billboard ad. Okay, so you have just but a few links over here, and the big main link right in the middle says build campaign now. So we're gonna go ahead and click that. Now once you get to the build campaign now, you're gonna see this map of the United States. Just for the sake of the live event, we'll go ahead and put test in the campaign name. So your client can put whatever they want as the campaign name. From the market, they're gonna choose a market that's gonna be where they wanna advertise. So let's choose the San Francisco, Oakland, San Jose market. Here are all of the currently available billboards in the San Francisco Bay Area where your campaign can have the opportunity to play, or where your client can have the opportunity to play their ad. So you can either leave it selected at the high level, or if you're a very hyper local business, small business, maybe you're a restaurant, maybe you're a chiropractor, you only want to source clients directly from your own backyard, you can optionally drill down by the city level. So just for the sake of the argument here, let's scroll down. Let's choose San Jose and Santa Clara. Great, and we'll close that window right there. Okay, so now we've selected, we've drilled down. We started at the big market level, and now we've refined it to just San Jose and Santa Clara, okay? So now you're gonna help your client choose a start date. Now, very important to note, all of the campaigns in Open Display run Monday through Sunday, okay? Monday through Sunday. And Wednesday, which we are in right now, at midnight is the cutoff for the next Monday. So as you'll see, we're in Wednesday, and the 23rd is still an available start date for your clients' campaigns. But after tonight, after midnight, and it clicks over to Thursday, the next available start date will be July 30th, okay? So again, Wednesdays are the cutoff for the next Monday start. So we are in Wednesday, it's not yet midnight, so you could still start a campaign 4 days from now on the 23rd. The frequency, you have two choices. You can either do 1 week, or you can choose a specific end date. If you choose, go ahead and choose 1 week, it's gonna auto-populate the end date. So we would start on Monday, the 23rd, and it would end on Sunday, the 29th, okay? But let's say you want to run let's say your client wants to run a 4-week campaign. So let's go ahead and change this to a specific end date. And now this becomes a selectable thing, so let's click into that. And let's go ahead and count off the number of weeks. So it's automatically gonna be the second week, 3rd, 4th. So I think the 19th, if I have that correct. Let's try that. And here's how you can tell. Scroll down a little bit. It's going to tell you in this box right here, it's going to tell you for this 4-week campaign. So it's going to automatically know that you're trying to build a 4-week campaign. Now, when you choose a multiple week campaign, you need to put in a weekly budget for each of those 4 weeks. So for the sake of the argument, let's put in $300. Okay? So $300 times 4 weeks, your total charge today is gonna be $1,200. So your client will put their credit card in, and it'll charge the full $1,200 today for the 4-week campaign. Okay, and that is where you're getting 20% on that $1,200. okay? But there's one tiny problem. If you notice, it says, based on the availability of the locations you selected, you must increase your weekly budget an additional $130 for this campaign, okay? So, what it's telling us is that the system, the platform, has already looked into this date range and discovered that you need to increase your weekly budget in order to advertise on the billboards for that particular date range for those particular locations. Open Display was built with the idea in mind that anybody with any size budget can do this. So how that works is the more budget you put in, the more billboards you can get. It'll automatically flex your budget to as many billboards as it can find for the date range and for the cities that you selected or your client has selected, okay? So based on the fact that it's telling us this, let's go ahead and increase this to $430. Perfect, thank you. So now 430 times 4 equals $1,720. That is the amount that's going to be charged on your client's credit card today for 4 weeks. And now the system is telling you that you're going to get an estimated 760,000 impressions for that 4-week campaign. Okay? So this is the critical part right here for you as an ambassador. Go ahead and click that. This is where you're going to have your client enter your unique promo code. And in just a little bit, we're going to get to where do I get my promo code, right? So you will have a promo code that you enter, or you have them enter, and that is how our team is going to track that this campaign is attributed to your efforts. So for right now, we'll just close that out. All right, thank you. And last but not least is this creative down here. So now you have to decide, what do I want to show on the billboards? Another revolutionary cutting edge thing that we developed was we figured out, rather we coded it this way, where our back-end system will take a specific size creative and shape shift it to fit all the different billboards without losing any quality or distorting the image, okay? So in the past, if you were gonna be on a bunch of different billboards and they were all different sizes, you would literally have to sit there and make a different size ad for every single one. Really, really inefficient and would take you hours of time. So we were able to figure out a way to make it where you can just upload one image only, and when you send this through, regardless if it's a rectangle, a square, any kind of shape billboard, it'll automatically put that ad the right way on your billboard. It's really cool technology. So you upload just one ad and it'll work. So these are the dimensions that your client is going to build their ad. And we have some examples here. Let's go ahead and click on this examples link. So if you don't know how to build, like if you're not sure what kind of ad design you should do, we have a scroll wheel here where you can click. These are actual clients that have utilized the platform and built different ads so that you can see different samples. If you notice the trend, it's dark contrasting colors, big bold print, okay? Very easy to read from far away. And remember too, look at this one. I love this one. Look how fun that is. So simple. And remember too, you know, sometimes when cars are piled up during rush hour, people are gonna have more time to stare and read the message. But if I'm driving by at 70 miles an hour, I can still comprehend that message. So you really wanna help your clients come up with creative that's gonna be impactful like this, because then they're gonna have a really great results. Okay, so we'll close that. And once you add the creative, it'll populate a preview here. you simply hit save and confirm, and it'll reiterate the details of the campaign, the start date, the end date, the total spend, the ad that's going to play, everything. Your client will load their credit card in, and that's it. It'll be submitted, and then you will receive an email alert that your client has done a campaign, has put through a campaign. Your client will also receive an alert once it goes live, and they can actually log back into their own dashboard and see live photos of their ad on the billboard. Just like we showed you right now with the designs, they'll be able to log back in and see those photos. So the great thing about that is, after you as an ambassador help onboard somebody to the platform and teach them how to do this, everything from there is very, very self-service based, meaning your clients will be able to do all of this on their own. You get the credit for teaching them how to do it. You get the credit for teaching them and signing them up, but you do not, at your own discretion, you can continue to follow up with them. But they should be able to do everything by themselves, okay? So it's a pretty great deal for them and for you, because it's not gonna involve too much ongoing follow-up effort. Okay, so now we're gonna go back to just the top of the dashboard here. So once that campaign goes live for that client, yeah, go ahead and give dashboard a click. This is where it'll show pending campaign. Once the pending campaign is approved and goes through, it'll convert to an active campaign for your client. And then once it's finished, it'll show completed campaign. And again, you can click into each one of those and see the details. We show live statistics of how many views, how many impressions, and your clients can see everything. Very, very simple and straightforward process. That's the extent of the tutorial, believe it or not. That is how easy AdSemble has made it for anybody to log on and launch a billboard campaign. It's pretty crazy awesome. So again, I'm gonna pause right here and just say, if you have any questions about any of that, please drop us a comment on either one of Instagram or Facebook. We have team members standing by to address those, and I'll just pause and see if there's any so far. Okay, so I think we're good on that. Okay, so now we're gonna, pretty much that's it. So we're gonna go ahead and sign off on that. Okay, awesome. Okay, so now we've gone over kind of a brief history of the company, how we got here today, and we've gone over a flyover of the dashboard and how you can access it yourself and how you can teach other people how to sign up and input your promo code. And now we're going to transition and talk about sales strategies and techniques, okay? So the first thing we're going to do is, when you get signed up to be an ambassador, we're going to actually put you on this open display ambassador forum. This is a private Google group that we've set up for all of our ambassadors, so that you have a place where you can congregate, ask questions of one another, and get answers or tips or reminders on how to do stuff, okay? So the AdSemble team will also be posting helpful information in this board. Case in point, go ahead and click on this one right here, please, this first one. So we just posted this morning, and this is just a simple reminder that 11:59 tonight is the cutoff for all campaigns that are going to start the following Monday, okay? So just a helpful reminder to all the ambassadors that are out there, if you have anybody who's been considering doing a campaign, or they're thinking about it, or they're trying to get their artwork, their ad design together, and they really wanted to start on the 23rd of July, they have to submit that by 11:59 p.m. tonight, Pacific Standard Time. Okay, so we'll go ahead and click back on that. Perfect. So again, once you sign up to be an ambassador, we're going to give you access to this forum. The other cool thing that we put on this forum is we add leads. So AdSemble.com, our main website, gets thousands and thousands of hits per month. Okay, and from all of those website hits, we often, very often, get a lot of inbound leads from people that want to advertise on billboards. Okay, so when those leads come into our website, we will be putting those leads in the open display forum, and it's basically first come, first serve. So if you see it, because you'll get an email alert when we put something on this board, you can just jump in and say, I want to call that lead, I'll take that lead. And then that person is someone that you can immediately reach out to and get them signed up for an open display account and help them out with the process. Okay? So we literally just put one on there yesterday, it looks like. So this is an example. This person came in through the website. They have an email. This is the billboard that they were interested in. Okay? And then one of our ambassadors already jumped in and said, I'll take this one. Okay? So just an example of one way that we're trying to help you quickly get some wins under your belt, and more importantly, put some money in your pocket. Okay, so let's continue talking about some sales strategies here. So let's say you're the type of person that is really ambitious to make this program work for you. And you reached out to all your family and friends that might have a need to do billboard advertising, and you've gotten them signed up, and you're kind of waiting for them to maybe to pull the trigger, but you really want to go out there and do more. You want to get more people involved, more people signed up. Where could you go to get more leads? Okay, so I'm going to turn you on to a couple of really great places where you can get leads instantaneously in your own local regional area, whether that be Chicago, Dallas, Florida, New York, the Bay Area, you name it. Every single market has some sort of local publication magazine. These magazines can often be found at coffee houses, outside Starbucks. There's a lot of different places where you can pick these up. They're typically free, okay? And like here in the San Francisco Bay Area, we have one called the Metro. So this Metro magazine is put out, I think it's a weekly publication, and inside the Metro magazine is page after page of full color advertisements, okay? So there are a never-ending list of local small businesses that are paying to advertise in a paper newspaper like this, okay? Personally, I get most of my news and information from the web, probably like a lot of other people. So the fact that these local businesses are paying to advertise in the Metro is great, because that shows you that they're willing to pay for marketing. They are investing in themselves, they're investing in marketing. So like I would personally just go thumb through the pages of the Metro and look for the full page color ads, because those are the most expensive type of ads. And then I would call those businesses and just say, hey, I'm looking in the Metro magazine and I saw you had a full page ad in there. Have you ever heard of doing billboard advertising with open display? Now most people, this is a new program, so they might say, no, we've never heard, what's that? How do you even do that? Aren't billboards really expensive? And you say, well, funny you should ask. Actually, with open display, you can do a budget as little as $500 and you can have a billboard ad in addition to this ad that you have running into the Metro magazine. Do you have a few minutes? I would like to show you how easy it is to sign up at opendisplay.com and use my promo code and get you going on the platform to help you out. You would be shocked how many people would be interested to learn about this. Because if they're already spending money somewhere else, they're always looking for other places to invest that capital and make it work better for them. So they are really going to welcome your phone call, and that's going to be an easy way that you can get lots of people to sign up with your promo code. Okay, next place where you can go to get some leads. Okay, many of you may still get in the mail something called Valpak. Valpak is a booklet of coupons. Okay, they look like this. Got the fan blowing here. They look like this. And Valpak is literally just a pack of coupons. In fact, I don't even think they put anything else in there but a thick stack of coupons from businesses. Some of these businesses are big national brands like ADT, which is an alarm company. But other ones are local companies. Like, look at this. In the Bay Area, we have El Gato Painting. Okay? El Gato Painting. Local painting company paying to advertise in Valpak with this little paper insert. Again, no problem. That's great. If you're a small business, you should want to be in Valpak and the Metro magazine and on Facebook and on radio and on, you should want to be everywhere. That's how you're going to get your name out there. But what you guys want to do as ambassadors is call the local business ones, and again, using the same exact example from before, hey, I saw you in Valpak. I'm looking at your coupon. This is a really nice coupon. Have you ever thought about putting this logo on a billboard with AdSemble Open Display? I'm an ambassador, and I can teach you right now how easy that is to do it. Are you by a computer? Can you open up a web browser and go to opendisplay.com? And so these are the types of conversations that you just want to start having with people. You just, kind of think of it this way. Stage one, get them signed up for the platform. Just get them logged in. Then, once they're logged in and they have access to their dashboard, you can continue to call upon them or email them or reach out to them and remind them that they have access to the dashboard and that hopefully they'll consider to do a campaign at some point, okay? So stage one, get them logged in. Stage two, follow up with them until hopefully they finally pull the trigger and they do a campaign. But again, Valpak, Metro Magazine, your local newspaper, okay? These are great places where people are spending money and you can call upon them and get them to also invest with Open Display. So the final other two places that I want to advise that you can find leads, maybe probably obvious, will be local TV and local radio. So if you listen to a sports broadcast, if you're watching any kind of regional television, okay, maybe the 5 o'clock local news, there will often be local advertisers during these shows, okay? What I like to personally do when I hear a local advertiser during one of these shows or I see their commercial is I'll just scribble down their name, obviously, and their website or their phone number, and then I'll hop online and I'll try to do some research, maybe through LinkedIn or some other means. Maybe I'll go, sometimes right on their website, they'll say who the marketing contact is, okay? So what I'm gonna teach you on that is to help you get organized. You're gonna have all these leads, all these names, phone numbers, emails. Now, some people like to write all that stuff down in a notepad. I like to use an online program to organize my life. So we're gonna advocate that you go and get yourself access to what's known as CRM. CRM stands for Customer Relationship Manager or Management, okay? Customer Relationship Management is gonna be really critical for you to have the most success. And I think what would be really important to point out is, like in all things, the level of effort that you invest is gonna translate to your earnings, okay? Let me repeat that. The level of effort that you invest is gonna translate to your earnings. What I mean by that is, if you're tuning in right now, that's fantastic. That's already showing effort to wanna learn this program. However, if all you do is tune in right now and maybe make one phone call to one relative that owns a business, you should not expect that effort alone is going to translate to thousands of dollars in your pocket every single month. All right? Conversely, if you tuned in today or tuning in right now and you start by reaching out to friends and family, because that's really easy to talk to friends and family about something brand new, and then you go get that local magazine, you grab your Valpak, you start getting all of these leads, you really invest the time to call upon all these people and get them all signed up, that effort is way vastly more deep than example A. And that kind of level of effort, you should absolutely expect to start to get return and more money in your pocket. And so I think it's just really important to note that, you know, if you only drive an Uber one time, you're not going to get paid that much. You drive it every day, all month long, you're going to get paid. Same idea here. If you invest the time and the energy, this program has already proven to put large sums of money in the pockets of our current ambassadors that we have signed up, and we're very confident it could work for you too. So, how those other ambassadors are having success, is they have signed themselves up for a platform like Zoho, zoho.com/CRM. And zoho.com/CRM is a free platform whereby you can do exactly what we're talking about. You can record the first name, last name, phone number, email of the people that you're reaching out to, okay? And by doing that, you're gonna be able to build for yourself a database of all these people that you've reached out to. And it kind of makes sense, right? Because if you let's say you invite someone today to sign up and test this out, and earlier we talked about stage one, just get them in the dashboard. Well, let's say you get them in the dashboard today, and then they're not ready to move forward officially today, but they like the idea and they want to do it at some point in the future, okay? You're gonna want to record and write down somewhere that you talked to this person today, and then you're gonna want to schedule a reminder for yourself to follow up with them at some point in the future. Well, a free program like this will help you do that. It'll help you write down their name, write down their phone number, and it'll help you schedule a reminder to follow up with them, let's say in 2 or 3 months. Okay? So it's free. It's an awesome way to stay on top of the people that you're calling upon, educating, teaching about open display. And we very, very highly encourage it. In fact, it's the same program that we use internally here at AdSemble headquarters and as a company to keep track of our own client base. Okay, so in summary, again, this is a really simple program to learn, and we have every confidence in the world that with the most basic of understanding of computer systems, you can not only learn this platform and sign up for it yourself, but you could walk someone through it as quickly and as easily as we just did for you right now. It really is going to boil down to your own personal efforts on how many people you talk to is going to translate to how much sales get made and how much money you put in your pocket. But at the end of the day, 20%, just do some simple math. If you get every person you talk to at some point comes in and does a $1,000 campaign, that's $200 in your pocket every time that happens. Okay? So if you teach 10 people and they all come back and they do a $1,000 campaign each, then that's $10,000, and that's $2,000 of cash in your pocket at that point. So it's incredible, and that's if they only spend $1,000. We've already had some ambassadors that have had people come through and already do $10,000 campaigns. Okay, so the money's real and the opportunity's for real, and we're here as a company to help you have massive success. So we really want to hear from you. If you are shy today to put something on the message board, but you want to reach out to us direct, I would like you to go to, there's a couple places you can go. We'll go back to the AdSemble right here. We have our contact page right here. Well, can we start at the contact page? Okay, you can fill out your name here and add a comment or question here. Obviously, at any point you want, you can come back to our social media pages and interact with us there, and someone will respond. Okay, and then the last thing is on our resources here under the ambassador section. This is where we really want you to go and sign up if you haven't already done so. And you scroll down here a little bit. We have some more resources. We have some more information about how this can work for you. And then at the very bottom, we have the actual sign up form right here. Okay, so I think I'll just open it up one more final time to see if there's any questions or anything that's in. Okay, all right, wonderful. Well, so today, in summary, we've gone over the history of AdSemble. We've taken you through a flyover of open display and how easy it is to create a campaign. And we've gone over some sales tips and strategies. One more tip just popped in my head, something that I do personally. And this is actually really, really important. It's very easy to call upon a family member or a personal friend and walk them through a platform, something new that you're doing, because they're gonna give you, that real feedback, okay? And so that's a great place to start. So as a brand new ambassador, learning this new thing to try to go out there and teach other people about, please start with family and friends. Even if they don't have real businesses, you can just run through and show them how to sign up, and it's really gonna help you, okay? When you transition from friends and family to actual companies, okay? When you call upon those companies, my sales tip that I wanna give you today is really get inside their heads in terms of their needs. Let me clarify. Elgato painting. Before you call upon Elgato painting, the example we showed earlier, and you don't just bull rush through and say, hey, we want you to sign up for open display, okay? Because that might not resonate with them. Really think about what is important to Elgato painting, right? Why are they putting so much advertising out there? And what could make for a really effective campaign for Elgato painting? Like, really put yourself in their shoes and call them with a sincere tone, and be very thorough and follow through with, kind of your meaning. Why am I reaching out to you today? The more humble and more honest and more, kind of like real you can be with anyone you talk to, people can feel that, okay? It's a big deal. It's it's my #1 selling tip for anyone out there, is that people can kind of see through fake when you're just calling because you just want to make money. Nobody likes that. Nobody likes to be sold like that. So really call them, and as an example, I would call them and say, hey, I saw your Valpak. It's summer. I'm just curious, in the summertime, do you guys do a lot more painting jobs because people are remodeling their houses? Maybe there's a lot of fresh new construction. Kind of, what does that look like for you guys? And then I would expect them to come back and tell me some pieces of information that mean something to them, okay? And so I'm learning about their business, and I'm figuring out how I can apply the great thing that you want to show them with open display about how that can really drive home messaging for them to help them out, okay? So think about that when you're calling upon businesses, to really be sincere and be like excited about why they should do this, and that will win you a lot of deals. So we hope you've really enjoyed our first ever live webinar event. We've had a lot of fun today. Feel free to reach out to us on any of the ways that we've shown you today. And thank you so much. Have a great rest of your week, and take care. Bye.